moment Prophet Uebert Angel went head to head, toe to toe, and won the conversation once and for all against billionaire friend Bill Gates. You know, this is very important for the Christian fraternity. In fact, for the world, because this is the bitter truth. Like, this is the most expensive truth. But I'm not going to even say more. Let me just allow the video. Watch how Prophet Angel exposed. You need to watch this. You need to watch the truth, like, for once. How Angel went deeper, won the conversation, won the war, won the fight against the billionaire friend, Bill Gates of Microsoft. Let's go.
I think most of you have seen a video, all right, some of you, I would say, have seen a video of Fauci saying, you know what, I never said they should be vaccine mandates. I never said people should be locked down. And then from there it goes to another video where it says, yes, the only solution we have is to lock down. Literally just lie here, lie there. And everyone goes like, hey, he's a very honest man. They're telling the truth because they're used to lies. When the devil speaks a lie, he speaks his mother language. His mother's tongue. He's a serial liar. And some of you are dumb enough to listen to that junk science and accept it as correct when somebody comes in and says, yeah, no lockdowns. I never said no lockdowns. Then another video comes up and you literally said lockdowns. And you know what he said? He said we should actually force people to take vaccinations. Force them. Then he came out and said, I never did that. And I'm going to show you the video where he said it, but not now. Then from there you realize there is also a mandate to kill people. To literally kill you. Wow. And you see that is good. Let me show you first video on global depopulation to achieve CO2 next, using vaccinations and vaccines rather.
This equation has four factors, a little bit of multiplication. So you've got a thing on the left, CO2, that you want to get to zero.
Listening.
And that's going to be based on the number of people, the services each person's using on average, the energy on average for each service, and the CO2 being put out per unit of energy. So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero. That's back from high school algebra, but let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
Now, did you hear that? If we do a good job using vaccines, we can lower the number of people by 15%. Do we? How? Then they will put him on video and he will justify what he meant. Oh, what I meant was not what you just said. I didn't really mean it that way. I meant, family planning, as we call it in Africa. And you just said using new vaccines will lower the population. So new vaccines, what do they really do in us? To lower population, to lower birth rate, to kill people. What do they do that you never said? Let's play again. Depopulation by using new vaccines by the same Bill Gates.
This equation has four factors. A little bit of efficacy of vaccines in older people is always a huge challenge. It turns out the flu vaccine isn't that effective in elderly people. We clearly need a vaccine that works in the upper age range because they're most at risk of that. And doing that so that you amp it up so it works in older people and yet you don't have side effects. If we have, 1 in 10,000 side effects, that's, way more, 700,000, people who will suffer from that. And that actual decision of, okay, let's go and give this vaccine to the entire world governments will have to be involved because there will be some risk and indemnification needed.
You see now? He's talking about 700,000 people. They will be affected. How? Never says it. Death is what he's talking about. Then he says we have to involve governments because there are going to be risks. And guess what they did? The big pharma that I told you, the witchcraft and the witches, what they've done is to indemnify themselves. You go in and say, I'm about to give you vaccines. But those same vaccines, anything happens, you don't have to arrest me. Imagine you want to give me medication and say, sign here first. That you won't sue me. Wait a minute. Is this a cure or a roulette machine? Is it poison or real medication that I have to sign? Sign here and say, yes, you will not sue me after. What are you giving me? You see? I know how to cure diseases. Give the person who is suffering some poison. It will kill the bacteria or virus, but the person will die afterwards. Would you take that, doctor, seriously? No. That, yeah, we can cure you. What are you suffering from? Oh, I got flu. Don't worry. I've got some really, really bad medication. It's poison. It will kill that influenza virus. But after a few minutes, you will die as well. What kind of side effect is this? It's the same thing that they are doing in drug testing, that we have tested HIV cure on a few people, maybe 10 people, and you see we are just waiting for the next 5 years to see the side effects. What other side effect can be more dangerous than death? I don't know if you're getting this. Some people are taking time to get it. But anyway, it's okay. It's okay when you're taking time. It's okay. You get it in a few minutes. Now, do you see what he's saying? We have to be protected. Wait a minute. Your job is definitely not in medications. You're on software. But because you have a little bit of money, you have robbed in because the businessman. Notice what the scripture says. It will be businessmen through the agent of drug administration that will deceive the world. The Bible is everything. It knew business people. It didn't say business people who are in pharmacia or who are doctors, rather. It just says businessmen. They can control doctors and do it. Now, I understand what your mind is. Oh, Uebert Angel is an anti-vaxxer and all that and all that and that. Call me that. I'm okay with it. But let's listen to this next one. Where Pfizer vaccine, did they test it before they gave it to you? Here it is.
Was the Pfizer COVID vaccine tested on stopping the transmission of the virus before it entered the market? If not, please say it clearly. If yes, are you willing to share the data with this committee? And I really want a straight answer, yes or no, and I'm looking forward to it. Thank you very much.
Regarding the question around, did we know about stopping immunisation before it entered the market? No. We had to really move at the speed of science to really understand what is taking place in the market. And from that point of view, we had to do everything at risk.
Please, are you even listening, you guys, or you're just like, Did you hear what she says? We had to move at the speed of science. What do you mean by at the speed of science? You don't need to test it for what you are claiming on the tin. What it says on the tin, you didn't test it, and you're telling that was the speed of science. So science is just warping into the dark with no tests. But if I come here and I say I've got my own tree, that if you crush it a little bit, you do cure cancer, you go like, no. It needs to be tested. paper review, medical review. We have to have 90 scientists do this and do this and do this. But the reality is, wait, sir. Wait, ma'am, you just said we moved at the speed of science. Maybe I'm moving also at the speed of science.
My type of science.
What type of science is this? Play it again, because some people are not listening. Play it again.
Was the Pfizer COVID vaccine tested on stopping the transmission of the virus before it entered the market?
Wait there. Do you notice what he's saying? He is saying, did you test that after you give somebody a vaccine, right? It will stop transmission from one person to the other. That's what they marketed it on. You get a vaccination for your people around you. Now here the things you did not catch there. They were telling us, do it for your friends. And don't come out of your house. That's okay. I don't want to come out of my house. At least we got one guy who is vaccinated. We had the problem. Now we are safe, isn't it? Because he's not going to Because Pfizer told us, if you get a vaccine, you are safe for your friends. Here we go.
If not, please say it clearly. If yes, are you willing to share the data with this committee?
They said, share the data with this committee. Now, that's where the problem was. If he had not said share the data, she would have said, yeah, we tested it. Now he said, share the data with this committee. There is the problem. Follow.
And I really want a straight answer, yes or no, and I'm looking forward to it. Thank you very much.
Regarding the question around, did we know about stopping immunisation before it entered the market? No. We had to really move at the speed of science to really understand what is taking place in the market. And from that point of view, we had to do everything at risk.
You wish to just wipe off that smack with your hand. Nah. Honestly, all this time we're in our houses locked up. People queuing up so that they can get a shot, so they don't have to transmit because you said it. Now, after the whole thing is done, and somebody has got something in their body that they don't understand, now you're telling me that you didn't know? Because you had to move at the speed of science. And look at the last word she says, so we had to take every risk. Whoa. You were not the ones taking risk. Because the last time I saw it was one of the CEO and the leaders did not take the shot.
Yes, sir.
And when asked, they said, because we have a responsibility to give it to the people first before we take it. It's our rule. Next time they come to you and they say, we want to, you tell them, I'm work for Pfizer. We just give the population first before I test it. Honestly, how lucky you are that you don't do nothing. You just don't receive it because you love others so much. Wow. Just a few weeks ago, another executive injected themselves with water. Now it came out. Now they're in court now. They even went on live TV showing that they had received the shot, and the shot was water, H2O. Yeah. And you were busy telling your mama, you need it, you need the shot, mama. That's what you were doing. You did not know you were sacrificing your own mother. Imagine sending a witch to bewitch your enemy, and that witch bewitches you and your family. That's what you did. Let me show you something. Now you might think, okay, we don't understand this. Let's show you where they are putting the vaccine now that you don't know. Next time you go to Eat Meat.
Issued a disaster proclamation over the weekend for Cherokee County after bird flu was confirmed in a commercial turkey flock there. The proclamation will be active through July 2nd. Meanwhile, next-generation mRNA vaccines are now in development to protect cows against the virus. The USDA is set to begin testing a new vaccine from University of Pennsylvania. researchers in calves next month. The Federal Department of Health and Human Services has been talking to vaccine manufacturers about potentially developing mRNA bird flu vaccines for people as well.
Maybe you didn't get it. They no longer want to put vaccinations in you only. They are putting in the meat you're going to eat. Now, one thing is simple. You don't control the cow you eat. See, when I told you on food was, grow your own food. All these woes, when I looked at it, they are intertwined. Now your problem is this. If they inject that with mRNA vaccine, guess what? You're going to get meat that is vaccinated. Human beings complain. What about a cow? So you go to the butcher and get this. They say this is the best. This is the best meat you have ever had. You look at it, it looks juicy before you even eat it. You can even just bring your fufu and look at it and eat it before and go back home without cooking it. You see? Now you're looking at it, you're like, let's eat this. Yet it's vaccinated. It has got toxins in there. And you don't know. They will not write vaccinated meat. They'll call it halal, better than vaccinated. They'll say halal only. At least halal sound will be there, but the vaccinated side of it will not be written. So imagine Muslims that don't like to eat anything that is not killed by this. You can have your preacher pray over that meat, but can they pray the mRNA out? So you see, everything that they do is to try and get in through another way. They realize you don't accept it. The truth is now out. Now with the emergence of Elon Musk. Thank God for Elon Musk. Thank God. He is now the media. And not only is he now the media, we are now the media. We can say our own stories there. Nobody preventing us from doing anything. Oh, Uebert angel called him a Satanist. Never. Watch that again and realize it. But some of you are just slow to notice when I say, is he an antichrist? No. It's written it. I actually said it. No. But it's a marker. When you see somebody approaching and go like, that one is marking that we are in the territory of the end. Listen to me. You have a mandate to look at where the money is going. All right. There is a podcast I'm starting very, very soon. And that is the most, I would call it the most dangerous podcast anyone can listen to. Use a helmet when you are listening. That one is a hard-hit area. Trust me. We're going to go to areas that I can't go on the pulpit. 100%. A few days' time, we'll be up. We'll go into areas. So we start tapping tomorrow. And it's going to be wonderful. It's going to be one ride. Trust me. Even me, I'm like, wait a minute. What are we starting? Are you getting this? Yes, sir. I know you're getting it. I know you're getting it. Now, let me show you your Dr. Fauci on Monday.
You said in an interview that you gave as part of an audiobook written by Michael Spector that you believed an institutional should make it hard for people to live their lives so they'd feel pressured to get vaccinated. Could we run the audio clip on that, please?
Do you think can be done about it? I have to say that I don't see a big solution other than some sort of mandatory vaccination. I know federal officials don't like to use that term.
Once people feel empowered and protected legally, you are going to have schools, universities, and colleges are going to say, you want to come to this college, buddy? You're going to get vaccinated. Lady, you're going to get vaccinated.
Yeah.
Big corporations like Amazon and Facebook and all of those others are going to say, you want to work for us, you get vaccinated. And it's been proven that when you make it difficult for people in their lives, they lose their ideological bullshit and they get vaccinated.
Thank you. Are all objections to COVID vaccinations ideological bullshit, Dr. Fauci?
No, they're not, and
Thank
that's
you.
not what I was referring to.
Well, in reference to making it hard for people to get education, traveling, working, I'd say it very much was in context.
I don't know if you... He literally was caught saying it. Now he says, no, I did not mean it in that context. Hey! The word B and the word S is in there. What context is this? Now I was eating my fufu and my pap, and it got into my stomach. Did you mean that the food entered your belly? No, I did not mean it that in that context. What context are you talking about? He says, if we make it hard for people's families, they will submit to that vaccination. You see what they're doing? They know how to trick you to an extent that a whole grown mayor, big mayor of New York, had to advertise a vaccine using a burger and chips. Eating is what? Oh, nice, nice. If you want to be vaccinated, you get this for free. Yeah. I don't know. I needed to go there and just, with my camera there, seeing all the danda is coming to receive a burger. Honestly, somebody has to put something foreign in your body and you chew on a burger and fries and leave with poison in your body. See, most people want what I say to line up with what they believe I stand for. I like what Kennedy said. He was asked, do you believe in this? You said this, and he said, look, I'm an elected member in the sense of the president elected me by grace, whatever it was. It's grace for him to even be there with what he has been saying, which I support the guy a lot. But he said, I have spoken to about this with President Trump, and we dealt with our differences there. That means he's saying, I see it another way, I see it another way. He said, but I'm being elected to hold what he says. So I'm going to go there not with my personal opinions, but with what the job says I should mandate. Do you think I believe Muhammad is a prophet? I don't. But as the ambassador under Pan-African Parliament, under the,
This has been challenging moments since 2020, when there was lockdown and all of that, back and forth, right? Geopolitical agenda to destroy humanity. But then, I don't know what is wrong with that guy, Bill Gates, cutting down population, a lot of those bullshit. But then, Prophet Uebert took time this time around. He took time. Previous broadcasts, you see him mentioning one or two things, and then maybe he isn't giving us enough referencing like this. Like, okay, this happened, that happened, video referencing, right? I've not seen that yet. Maybe it has happened, but I've not seen it. But this time around, he just hold him at the neck, right? And spilling every single truth for the world to see. And somebody will say, oh, I've seen this before. Bro, listen, a lot of people are watching. Okay, you have seen it, somebody needs to see it. And so that is exactly what I'm trying to do here, to know the lies, right? That has been going on for years. And so that's how Prophet Uebert did. And I think it's beautiful. And we are very much grateful to have such a great prophet here who goes ahead of time and gives us nuggets, expensive knowledge, expensive information for us to be protected, for us to be on our toes and our grounds. You get what I mean? That's all. I believe is the purpose for Prophet Uebert updating us on things like this, right? So that's a whole issue. Make sure you subscribe, share, like this video if you've not done that already, and subscribe to the backup channel if you've not done that already. Honestly, thank you for watching this video. I'm out.